Talking to Charlton manager Karl Robinson ahead of Saturday's home game against Walsall. Karl, a week ago you stated that 3 wins would ensure Charlton's survival. You got the first of the trio against Scunthorpe on Tuesday. Just how crucial was that win?
Yeah, I think any wins is important, obviously, regardless whether you are in a league, because it's what you work hard on all week, and it's what you aspire to get every time you go into a football pitch. Or when you achieve that, it's a pleasing one. But it's listen, in the grand scheme of things, it's a very small step. We spoke about culture many times, sat here, and a culture is not just one win. To sustain that we need to sustain it over longer periods than what we did. I think we only did it for 55-60 minutes. There's still got to be more to come. We've still got to be fitter. But when you look at this time of year and the amount of games that we've played, I thought it was a phenomenal physical output by the players. I thought it was a very, very good performance.
What about your own emotions on Tuesday night? You turned away when Tony Watt stepped up to take that very late penalty. What was going through your mind?
Well, the lack of luck that we've had in the bar. I thought we should have a penalty in the first half. A few penalties that we've not been given since I've been here. The goal against Millwall, obviously, there's been so many big penalty decisions or key match instances that we've not fell our way. And once we got one, I just thought, but it wasn't about that. It wasn't down to lady luck. It was down to the quality of Tony Watt's penalties. It's a tremendous strike. Keeper goes the right way. And when the goalkeeper always goes the right way for your penalties, you have to strike the ball clean. And he had the nerve to do it, the bottle to do it, the covered end as well, which is a little bit more intense, a little bit more nervous. But when you succeed at that end, it's a lot louder and a lot more special. So it was a good moment for him and the fans and the team.
Is he your new penalty taker now?
Tony's always been a penalty taker in his own head. Listen, if he's on the pitch when we get them, he scored one, and taking one scored one. So I think it'd be hard to take it off him.
What has that win done for the players' morale, and what does Johnny Jackson's presence in that side do for you?
Yeah, I've said it a few times as well. I just wish he was 3 years younger sometimes. He's been a stalwart for this football club. His honesty and the way he conducts himself is impeccable. And with young players, he's always on to them every single day of being better than what it takes to be a professional footballer. He's had longevity in the game, which shows you the quality of the man and the talent that he possesses. But like I say, I'm not too sure whether he can do it all the time. But he's a pleasure to work alongside, and there's still life in them legs, and that's, for me, that's great.
Is he now an impact sub for you?
in a different way. But I think it was almost coming for the hour in some ways. We almost knew the importance of the game on Tuesday. And I went with him. And he repaid the club.
How important is it you follow up that win with another at Walsall's expense on Saturday? Yeah,
it'd be great. Obviously, didn't they, sitting just outside the playoffs as well, so it's a difficult challenge. But listen, we're in a false position in some ways as well with the talent that this club possesses. We were a match for anybody, as we showed on Tuesday. But it's the effect on Tuesday's got no relevance on the performance on Saturday now. You can't get another win off the back of a good performance. You don't get 2 wins for one good performance. You've got to perform well again, and that's what it takes to be successful. And again, I'm seeing different sides of the players. I'll see another side of the players now where they think they've done enough. Well, that's not the right type of thing you're looking for. You want players who every time they go on the pitch, they feel they have a point to prove. And I know the players will use that as a motivation, but that's all it can ever be, because they've got to realign their efforts back into Saturday, and they've got to go again. It's a very difficult period for both teams, for us and Walsall. They played on Tuesday as well, and then Bradford, and then it's just game after game after game after game. It's I've never known nothing like this. And the players are excited to put a show on like they did, but they've got to do it again now for the fans on Saturday afternoon.
What's the latest injury update on Josh McGuinness, and will he be available for you on Saturday?
He's going in the scanning machine, I think, today. So we'll have complete conclusion to that, rather than any guesstimates, and hopefully it's not as bad as we thought. We don't know. We'll have to wait and see. We've also got to get right as well. There's international duty coming up in a few weeks, so we've got to make sure that he's ready most importantly for us, and then secondly, Northern Ireland need to know because they need to select their team as well for their qualifiers. So we'll, I say once it's in the scanner today, we'll have a more of a clear answer.
What about other injuries? Chris Sully, Jake Forster-Caskey?
Yeah, Jake's hopefully running again today. Harry Leonard's running again today. Piercy's training today. Not available. He's going to play in the game on Sunday at AFC. And then Souls, like I say, he's still inside. He's not running yet, but hopefully he's on the mend. And sooner the better.
Will long-term injury casualty Jason Pearce be available for you before the end of the season?
Yeah. I like to think he can. Well, I'm not saying when I want him on the bench because me and our physio are debating over that at the moment. Both for the right reasons. Both because he's got any reoccurrence, and me because I want him back as soon as possible. But the little two centre backs on Tuesday were very, very good.
You're very confident with Jason that he will be back?
I'd like to be back in the squad. I'm not going to say Sheffield United, but that's something that I'm telling him. But I say if he comes to the game on Sunday, he's playing 60 minutes Sunday. I think there's another game in the week as well on the Wednesday. I think I'm not too sure when that is. He comes through them clear. Well, we don't have a spare centre half in the whole club, so I'm sure a 10-minute cameo over the bench would be perfect for him.
Karl Robinson, thank you very much.
That's it, well, thank you.
Tony's covered most things I was going to say there, Karl, but how did you feel on Wednesday morning? The manager needs a lift, doesn't he? And your players gave you a huge lift.
Not really, no. I'm not really that type of person that really gets too emotional. Yeah, because I think when I first started this job many years ago, that I got so high when we won and so low when we lost, and a very experienced manager said to me, that's not the way you need to be. You need to take the coldness out of everything in some ways. And I'm a very driven person, I'm a very determined person, but I'm a very emotional person as well. But when it comes to results, I understand that 3 inches one way, 3 minutes before or after, how that can affect results. It's not always about how good you are as a player or as a manager or as a fan. Just sometimes things are taken out of your control. So,
particularly when games are coming thick and fast, you can't really dwell on that, can you? You're on to the next one so quickly.
I think everyone say that even when we've not won a game, I don't think I've ever sort of come in here with the woes. Maybe after the game I'm emotionally honest, but I'm generally the same when it comes leading up to the next game.
The fans appreciate that, don't they? You're
I don't know.
Honest and
I don't know. Sometimes it gets you in trouble. I said this after the game on Tuesday, but I do believe that as a fan you need to know a little bit more about what goes on. I think too many things in football get hidden, and too many things don't reach the fans. There's certain things that can't ever. But I think it's important that you're straight with people. But it gets you in trouble as well.
And what about winning at home? That's so important.
Yeah, that was the big one for me, because I think it's a place. It's a place of intimidation for teams, but at this moment in time, over recent years, it's been a place of playing on the negativity of ourselves for the opposition. But I think anybody's seen, if you can stir that place up and whip up into a frenzy, it's very daunting. I did read something on Wednesday about someone saying, for the people who were there, you didn't half make some noise on Tuesday evening.
For a 9,000 crowd, I mean, that was a big atmosphere.
Yeah, with the kick-off being delayed as well, obviously people coming and traipsing through London traffic, so it's difficult on an evening match. I know how hard it is. I'm just learning the lessons of that at the moment, living in London, but it's they were excellent again. The players have no qualms, but now what we have done, we've certainly showed what we want to do. It's the repetition of that and finding the consistency in the performances.
So your immediate aim is to get above that 50-point mark, and
every manager's 50-point mark, and go from there. Even when you're top of the league, it's 50 points, and then from then on in, it's how many points from there can you accumulate. People are telling me if you don't win the next two, you're getting close to the playoffs again. So, well, at this football club, you're never too far away from successful or falling out or something. So it's a case of you've got to constantly keep your motivation high, your spirit high. At no stage have I spoke about a relegation fight. I don't think it's a case of that. It's been more about taking the shackles off the players and letting them play free and letting them play with no fear, and enjoying what they do, and reminding them they've got the best job in the world, and they certainly showed on Tuesday that performance. But like I say, it's gone now.
I've only seen 3 Charlton games, but your players have put in a tremendous amount of effort, particularly Tuesday. They were really playing for you and the club.
Well, not for me, for the fans, because
And the fans, yeah,
the fans, because I keep saying I'm just a very small cog in this football club. I don't want to be separated from everybody else. I want to be part of everybody else.
And you feel that emotion and that passion already. That shines through.
Yeah, hopefully, because I've never put myself on a pedestal. I've never put myself above anybody. It's not. I have to sometimes shout at people and be aggressive with people and be straight with people, but it's not about me. It's never. The funny thing, people say, "Oh, that's funny," yeah, but well, I have to do the interviews. The manager has to be legally behind it to constantly be speaking. So if it wasn't for legal reasons, I'd quite happily just do my job every morning and every day and every evening and enjoy being a football manager, because sometimes you get wrapped up in the negative aspects of this game, and there's so many bad people out there that do hinder the game, that when you're involved in it, you really do realise how lucky you can be to be emotionally attached to something that you love. And that's what I want the players to feel. I want them to remember being 13, 14 years of age, playing football free with excitement and love for the great game. And we're a long way away from where that position is. Massive part of the recruitment in the summer. But the players certainly showed on Tuesday that they really care, and to me that's important.
And that's a difference from 2 weeks ago. So
sometimes you can find that, but it's not always about from 1 week to the next. It's about from one month to the next, and for the duration of a season.
And once you get to that points target, they have then got to play for their jobs for next season. A lot of those players.
Well, I think in every walk of life, you're always, every manager's always close to moving on, or that's just the nature of the industry. But in the case of the players at the moment, they've got to make sure they perform to the best of their ability on a weekly basis, on a gamely basis. I'm putting to my mind that they deserve to be here for what's going to be an exciting time. And they want to be part of the journey. You know what it takes. All these players have got a head start on every other player that I'm trying to recruit, because they're here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So they're already in the building to prove to me that it's going to be an exciting time. And I have to fall out with people. I've got to go through the bad times as well to find what we need. But if you want to be part of it, you've got a head start on everybody else. And that's quite a firm and honest message, because it's the truth. They've all got a head start.
Yeah.